So in this video, I'm gonna be talking about the 4 dangers of being a handsome and attractive man. And yes, you heard me right. I know that sounds crazy because I know a lot of people believe that when you are a handsome and attractive man to women and just people in general, that your life is good. And of course, there are a lot of perks, a lot of advantages when you are a handsome and attractive man, but there's also a lot of drawbacks and dangers to it if you don't know how to actually leverage your looks. And with that being said, even as a handsome and attractive man, despite the fact that you're going to have more success when it comes to dating, you're going to have more success actually attracting women to you, them taking notice of you, and receiving more positive treatment from people in general. Although you are going to experience these things more than the average man, there are ways that being a handsome and attractive man can actually backfire on you. There are some drawbacks and there are some potential dangers to being a handsome and attractive man, and how your looks can hold you back in certain ways if you let them, if you're not aware of these different dangers that come with being a handsome and attractive man, which is exactly why I'm going to be talking about the 4 dangers that come with being a handsome and attractive man. So whether you're someone watching this right now that is considered handsome and attractive to women and people in general, or you're someone that is in the process of improving his looks, his physique, his overall physical presentation, so he can become more of that handsome and attractive man that is desirable to women, be sure that you stay throughout the entire video. That way you know the exact dangers that come with being a handsome and attractive man. That way you can avoid them at all costs. So the first potential danger of being a handsome and attractive man is that handsome and attractive men are more likely, I'm not saying this is the case every single time, but they're more likely to be lazy and unambitious because they've received overall positive treatment and behavior from their environment. So this is going to be from dating, as far as female attention and attraction and positive results in dating. This is going to be in your environment, whether this is at your job, this is in school, it doesn't matter. You're going to more so receive more positive treatment from people around you. So because handsome and attractive men are more than likely going to just receive overall positive success when it comes to interacting with people, whether it's romantically with women or just people in general, friends, networking groups, jobs, school, handsome and attractive men are going to be more susceptible to being lazy and unambitious. Not necessarily because that's maybe naturally how they are, but they're not going to really feel that much of a drive, that much of a desire to really put in the work on themselves when it comes to, let's say, being more successful financially. Because when you are a handsome, attractive man, you're going to see that money doesn't really matter to women in the ways that we were led to believe. Oh, women just go for men that are successful and have great careers. And yes, women do pay attention to those things, but women pay attention to all those things secondarily to the man's looks and physical presentation. So handsome and attractive men are going to see, okay, if a woman's not really tripping about me not having money like that, is there really a point of putting in all this work to make a lot of money? A lot of men that are handsome and attractive, they can get away with attracting women to them without making a lot of money, without having a thriving career. So then they're going to think that it's okay not to really be ambitious financially, because they're seeing that they're still able to attract women to them without being financially well off or thriving and successful. So then they're going to coast. They're not going to really have ambitions to grow financially. And what I was going to say earlier, my personal perspective on this is that you should make as much money as you can for yourself so that you can have the most highest quality life that you can, not worry about bills, not stress about things financially. So I would highly suggest that you make as much money as you can, but for yourself, and just understand that it's just going to be for yourself, and it's not going to make you more attractive to women unless they already find you attractive. Which that leads me into my second point. Handsome, attractive men run into the second danger, which is they rely too much on their looks when it comes to social interactions, when it comes to dealing with people, even just women in general. When it comes to dating, a lot of men rely on their looks to carry them. And here's the thing, I'm just going to keep it a stack with you. The more attractive you are, let's say more in the dating context, the more attractive you are to the woman, the less your social skills have to be up to par, the less charismatic you have to be, the less smooth you have to be. And this is going to be more so in the context if she finds you highly attractive and she has high interest in you. I was actually watching the Jamie Foxx show the other night, and I remember there was a scene where they were having a pool party and Jamie Foxx was trying to like spit some game at this girl, and he said some pickup line, I forgot what it was, was. And the girl was open and receptive to him. And he was like, damn, girl, like those lines actually worked on you. And she was like, no, those lines were whack, but you're cute. And it just had me thinking and just reminded me of what I've been saying on this channel forever now, since I've had this channel. And that is, women aren't gonna really be worrying about the words that you say as much, as far as like, oh, it's say this magic word and she's automatically gonna be attracted to you. No, women are gonna really more so care about your words once you are that dude that she finds attractive. And when I say she's gonna care about your words, the pickup lines and stuff aren't gonna work on women. They're not gonna really be worried about a man's words as much as the man who is saying the words, if that makes sense. Like, they want more handsome and attractive men to be talking to them. And even the things that like handsome, attractive men may say to women, depending on the woman, they may think it's smooth. And I know I went on a tangent there, but it ties back to what I was gonna say, and that is that a lot of handsome and attractive men solely rely on their looks to get by when it comes to interactions with women and people in general, because they have had positive feedback that they didn't really have to try that much. They didn't really have to put in a whole bunch of effort. They didn't have to really have a crispy mouthpiece or be this smooth talking dude, and women were still receptive to them. Women were still attracted to them. I've been able to attract women to me that I met in person through like a social group or while I was at the bar or something like that, and I didn't really have to say much. So although like it showcases that you can attract women to you when they find you physically attractive, and if they have high interest in you, you don't really have to say much or really say anything specific or be the smooth talking dude to attract them, because they're already into you physically. And then from an energy perspective, if you guys vibe too, like, then yeah, they're definitely gonna be into you. So when you think about it, man, when handsome, attractive men have had experiences where they were able to attract women to them without really having to be the smooth talking dude, being charismatic, having good social skills, and hell, maybe they were able to attract the woman without really saying much of anything, they're gonna be more likely to not be incentivized to develop their social skills, to develop their charisma, to develop their emotional intelligence, as far as being more calibrated, being observant of people, seeing how people respond to things that they say, or just gauging a person's vibe and just understanding how to adapt to that person based on how their personality is, what they're into, you know what I mean, just their overall mannerisms. There's gonna be a lot of men that are handsome and attractive that aren't gonna put in the work to do all those things because they haven't really needed to. This actually reminds me of, I forgot where I saw this on YouTube, but there was like a question proposed of how would have Shaquille O'Neal, how would he have been if he had Kobe Bryant's work ethic and Michael Jordan's killer mentality? I forgot where I saw this. I forgot who even asked this. It was on YouTube. I saw this a while ago, but that whole question never left me. Like, whenever like I saw that video clip, I never forgot about that, because that tells you right there how there's always more that you can do to improve. There's always more juice you can get from the squeeze. You can always maximize your potential. You can always raise the bar of what you're capable of. And a lot of handsome, attractive men are like Shaq, where they can, metaphorically speaking, they can win 4 rings based on their genetics alone, meaning a lot of handsome and attractive men can achieve a lot of success in life, dating, opportunities, networking opportunities, money-making opportunities, but a lot of it is going to be based on their looks and their genetics. They're going to be like Shaq in that regard. They're still going to win, and that's the most dangerous part about that, is that they can still win while coasting. So they can win and get rewarded for their looks and their physical advantages, but they're still coasting in the sense because they know that they could do more and put in more work, but they're not. So that's why I would advise that if you are a handsome, attractive man watching this video right now, or you are on your way to becoming that man, still put in the work to develop your social skills. Still put in the work to be more charismatic, just getting better with dealing with people, interacting with women, because there are a lot of handsome, attractive men that, from what I've been told, there are like certain men that have reached out to me personally that wanted coaching from me and help because they were able to attract women to them based on their looks, but they couldn't retain them. And part of that is your social skills. There's other aspects of it, like your energy that you may be giving off, trying too hard to get the woman, having a poor self-image of yourself where you feel like you're the lesser value man and you feel like you have to really win the woman over, which could be turning her off, right? There's other different reasons why a handsome, attractive man can attract a woman, but he struggles to retain her. But other aspects of that is not being holistically attractive. Like, you don't want to just be that handsome, attractive man that has it going on physically, but you want to be socially skilled. You want to be smart. You want to have emotional intelligence. You want to know how to deal with certain people and adapt to certain people, be socially calibrated based on the person that you're dealing with. Just like how a fighter, if they're smart and have high IQ when it comes to fighting, they don't just go in with no game plan. They're studying their opponent. They're doing feints. They're doing fakes. They're trying to read their their opponent, and then they're going to adapt to how their opponent is fighting, but then they're going to throw a lot of disruptions. They're going to break down their opponent based on the read and how they've been able to gauge their opponent. You want to be like that, where you're socially calibrated and you can adapt to every person that you're dealing with. Same with women, because every person's different. Other aspects of being more of a holistic, attractive man is financial success. Not because it's going to attract women, not because they're really going to be caring about that. That's just going to make you more rare. Oh, you're not only a handsome, attractive man, but you also get money. You're going to be killing the game at that point. But you also have a more higher quality of life. You see what I'm saying? You have hobbies, you have passions, you're involved in different things, you have different skills that you're building up. Maybe you're learning a different language, maybe you are learning martial arts. You know what I'm saying? You want to become a more holistically attractive man, not just a handsome and attractive man, but a holistic attractive man. Because if you are a handsome and attractive man, but you're also socially skilled, you're emotionally intelligent, you're charismatic, you have passions, you have hobbies, you have different skills that you're cultivating, you're just becoming more of a rare, attractive renaissance man. And before we move on to the third danger of being a handsome, attractive man, if you feel like in ways that your looks have backfired on you, like women are accusing you of being a jerk or a player, you're receiving hate from men that you haven't done anything to, you feel like your looks are holding you back, maybe a lot of the different points that I made in this video so far, as far as just different ways that your looks are holding you back, you feel like that's what you've been experiencing. You are a handsome, attractive man, but you can't really retain the women that you do attract based on your looks. If you've experienced any of these issues, problems, or dangers that I've laid out for you so far in this video, and you actually want to turn your looks into leverage and be more confident with the man that you are, but actually start to experience more of the advantages that you actually can unlock when you become a more handsome and attractive man, then I would highly suggest that you check out the free training that I made for you. I'll have a link down below in the description and the pinned comment. And then moving on to the third danger that comes with being a handsome and attractive man is that you can actually get caught up in dating too many women. Now, I know when I just said that, a lot of guys are probably thinking, wait, what? Like, why would that be an issue? Here's the thing is that as a handsome and attractive man, you're going to be able to have a lot more dating opportunities. You're going to be able to build a rotation of women that you're dating and seeing if you would like to, if that's your style. You're going to be having a lot of dates lined up every single week, and you're going to run the risk of dating too many women and trying to juggle too many women to the point where they become more of a distraction. That actually hurts you a lot more than it actually helps you when it comes to your dating life, and just how that actually impacts other aspects of your life in a more negative way, because you're going to see that you're more distracted, you're falling off your purpose, you're not as financially driven to build a more higher quality of life for yourself. Maybe you're falling off routines, maybe you're skipping the gym because you're up too late with a girl. Women are going to become more of a distraction, and this is also going to get you caught up in chasing women because you're going to be too indulged in the success and the positive results of dating women that you're not going to really want to do anything else, because you're getting so much more dopamine and just the overall dopamine hits that you're getting from dating women and the success of dating women, that receiving dopamine and positive results from leveling up financially, staying consistent in the gym, developing other hobbies and passions, staying on top of your career, your side hustle, your business, whatever that may look like for you. Those things aren't going to be as appealing because they're not creating as much dopamine and giving you as many dopamine hits as dating a lot of women, juggling a lot of different women. But that's the problem, is that other aspects of your life start to break down. Other aspects of your life start to crumble, and you're going to be chasing women. Even if you are the one that's attracting them, they may be attracted to you, but in terms of where your focus is at, in terms of where your priority is at, and how you're letting other aspects of your life crumble, you're really chasing women at this point, even as a handsome and attractive man. So what I would suggest that a lot of men do that are either handsome and attractive, or you are on your way, is that you should eventually go from volume dating to more higher quality dating. Meaning, like, you shouldn't really be going out, like, in my opinion, you shouldn't be really having that many dates throughout the week. Like, I would say any more than 3 dates a week, other aspects of your life are crumbling. Other aspects of your life are falling to the wayside. Other aspects of your life, like staying on top of your fitness routine, your diet, your passions, your hobbies, if you're doing martial arts, building up that side hustle, building up that business, or just leveling up in your career, climbing up the corporate ladder, all those other things are going to the wayside, and they're actually crumbling. Whether you're going to admit it or not, or whether a handsome, attractive man or a man on his way to becoming handsome, attractive will admit it or not, those things will crumble. That's why I would suggest that you have, in my opinion, if you want to be that handsome, attractive man and still have a high quality, thriving, and abundant dating life, but not let other aspects of your life crumble, I would say 2 to 3 dates a week max. That's just me personally. You don't have to follow this, but this is what I'm suggesting. 2 to 3 dates a week max, and they're with high quality women that actually provide you positive behavior, positive treatment, that actually add value to your life. That way you can still handle other aspects of your life and stay on top of them and still be successful in those different aspects of life and rise up overall as a a holistically attractive man and become more of a rare man, and not let your life crumble because you're too busy dating all these different women and trying to juggle all these different women to where they're throwing you off your purpose, off your mission, off your routine, and they're becoming more of a distraction and more so hurting you than helping you. So focus more on higher quality dating, not just volume dating, because as a handsome, attractive man, you're going to be able to attract more quality women, more attractive women, not just attractive physically, but personality wise, mentally, emotionally. You're going to be able to attract more higher quality women. So focus more, in my opinion, if you want to still be a handsome, attractive man, but still be thriving in other aspects of life and be just a more well-rounded man, almost like an MMA fighter, and be that holistic, attractive man, I would suggest that you have more higher quality dating life and not focus so much on volume, but focus more on quality. That way you have more time to focus on other aspects of your life. 2 to 3 dates a week max. And then moving on to the fourth and final danger of being a handsome and attractive man, and that is you're more than likely going to be too tied into other people's validation. You're going to be too concerned about how people think of you, how they view you. You're going to be too worried about how women find you attractive, how other people perceive your looks. You're going to be likely to be more dependent on validation than most people because you've received a lot of validation already as a handsome and attractive man, or as a man that is on his way to becoming more handsome and attractive. You're going to receive a lot more validation, and that's going to be intoxicating. That's going to give you a lot of dopamine, and you're going to want to chase that validation because it feels good, especially if you're someone that is putting in the work to develop yourself to become more attractive. You are earning that validation in a way, but more so just if you come across somebody at a Starbucks and they compliment you and you didn't really say anything to them, you're already receiving validation without you having to really do something in terms of talking to that person, putting effort into getting to know them or showcasing interest to them. You know what I'm saying? So as a handsome and attractive man, or a man that is on his way to becoming that, you're going to be more susceptible to being dependent on validation, because a lot of people are going to assign worth and value to you based on your looks, which is going to make you dependent and hooked on their validation. That's why you can't really worry about other people's viewpoints on you and how people perceive you, because the fact of the matter is that not everybody's going to think that you're attractive. Not every single girl is going to be into you, or she may find you handsome and attractive, but for some reason she may reject you or may not be into you or just isn't available. Whatever the case is, not everybody's going to be nice to you just because you are a handsome and attractive man or you are on your way to becoming that. You're going to receive hate from people, from men and women. There are drawbacks, there are cons to everything in life, just like how there are pros to everything in life as well. There's pros and cons to everything. So just understand that you can't be dependent on people's viewpoints and how they perceive you, because everybody's gonna have a different viewpoint of you. You're gonna have women that are gonna find you more attractive than this woman. You're gonna have men that are gonna be inspired by you. You're gonna have men that are gonna hate on you. You can't control that. You can't control the way that people view you, how they treat you. That's gonna be inconsistent. That's gonna be up and down. But what's gonna be consistent, what's gonna be constant, is the way that you view yourself first and foremost. And how I would look at your looks, and this is what has helped me, this is like a mindset hack, is you almost move throughout life as if you're not handsome and attractive. And when I say that, I don't mean that in a way where you're like lacking confidence, you're not in abundance or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but more so you're just moving throughout life and you're interacting with people, you're building up your life, you're building up skills and hobbies, you're building up your finances, you're just building yourself up as a man that just happens to be handsome and attractive, but you don't really think on it, you don't rely on your looks, they're just like a cherry on top. That's how I would look at it. Look at your looks as the cherry on top and not be dependent on other people's validation towards you, because again, they're going to be up and down, they're going to be inconsistent. And if you're constantly worried about how people view you, if you're worried about women's validation, if you're worried about other people's validation, it doesn't matter if it's at the workspace, if it's in a networking group, if it's at the martial arts gym, the lifting gym, it doesn't matter. If you're worried about other people's validation for you, then you're not going to know how to view yourself. If you're so worried about how other people view you and what they think about you, you have no sense of identity. You see what I'm saying? So don't worry about other people's validation. Don't get too caught up in it. If people compliment you, tell them thank you, appreciate it, but don't get too caught up in that. Focus more on how you view yourself. And that starts with having a positive self-image, how you view yourself, right? What do you think of yourself? Talking good to yourself, building up different aspects of your life, getting results in life that don't have really anything to do with your looks, building aspects of your life up that nobody else can take away from you and aren't necessarily just attributed to your looks, but your intelligence, your discipline, your mindset, your ability to overcome obstacles, to put in the work, to be consistent. These are the traits that are going to make you a more rare and a more desirable man overall, holistically, and they're going to make you more confident in yourself and make you more fulfilled. Because bro, at the end of the day, like, looks will definitely get you in the door. You're definitely going to be able to attract more dating opportunities. opportunities. It's going to be easier to have a more thriving and abundant dating life. People are going to treat you better, but you also have to know how to leverage your looks, because if you don't know how to leverage your looks, and if you're not aware of these different dangers and pitfalls that come with being a handsome and attractive man, and there's other dangers and pitfalls too, if you're not aware of these things, if you don't know how to leverage your looks in a way that actually get you a lot of advantages and success in life instead of drawbacks, if you don't know how to leverage your looks in that way, then bro, like there's going to be a lot of different scenarios where your looks will hold you back. So if you want to be able to unlock more advantages and turn your looks into leverage and be more confident in yourself first and foremost, but be able to experience a lot more success when it comes to dating, interacting with other people, and just becoming more of a holistic attractive man, not just a handsome and attractive man, but a handsome and attractive man that is also holistically attractive, then I would highly suggest that you check out that free training that I made for you. Again, it'll be linked down below in the description and the pinned comment. I've been able to help so many men that were also handsome and attractive, but other aspects of their life were crumbling, even their dating life. But once they were able to become that more holistic attractive man, that's when everything in their life started clicking for them. They started having a better dating life. They started making more money. They started actually experiencing positive success when it comes to interacting with other people, improving their social skills, building up side hustles and businesses. So definitely check out that free training that I made for you, linked down below in the description in the pinned comment. And with that being said, I hope you got a lot of value from this video, and I'll talk to you in the next one.